And welcome back. It's time for another St. Louis 7, following an episode on OT with Oliver. This week's guest and I had a ball. Go find it wherever you get your podcast. Mandy Murphey, 30 plus years at KTVI Fox 2, correct?
Correct.
What's weird? Were you there? How old is Fox? We didn't talk about that.
Well, we used to be ABC.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then so we switched over to be a Fox affiliate probably about 25 years ago, maybe a little less than that. But they hired me, we were ABC.
Okay.
And then switched over to Fox.
Well, and at the time, nobody thought it was going to work.
No, I know. Yeah. Everyone thought, how in the world is this going to work? And it did. It really did. And that was when we had Channel 30 did a newscast and they became ABC. And it was, people still get it all mixed up. People still think, wait a minute, aren't you ABC? No, that was 25 years ago.
Well, in St. Louis, first they got Mandy Murphey, then they got the NFL, and the whole thing worked.
That's right. Hey, I had my PSL. It was awesome.
All right. So St. Louis 7 questions. Again, if you want to listen to Mandy's podcast, it's OT with Oliver, wherever you get them. You are not from St. Louis. You are from Kentucky.
Yes.
How long did it take you to find out that St. Louisans are a little weird about where you went to high school?
About a day. That was one of the first things my coworker said. You're going to be asked wherever you go, where'd you go to high school? And that's how people know where you grew up, how much money your parents make, what's your religion. You learn everything about someone.
And when you're in St. Louis and you get the anchor job, were you the youngest at the time?
Oh, yeah, by far.
All right, so what was that like, Mandy?
24 years old. 24 years old, and I am sitting next to Dick Ford. You talk about intimidating. It was a lot of pressure. I'm not going to lie. I had people trying to change my hair, change my clothes, make me look older. Some of them screwed it up. I looked like Corky Sherwood. I looked like, all kinds of things. And finally, I just said, whoa, let me just be me. But it was hard. It really was. And learning all the street names because, Gravois,
right?
Really? That's how you say that? River to Pear? That's
Well, my friends they can't figure out how the streets divide. Like you're on a street and then you have to get off the street to get back on the street.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a St. Louis thing that's not as prevalent elsewhere.
Right.
Favorite concert that you've been to in St. Louis?
Oh, the Eagles.
The Hell Freezes Over tour?
Yeah, that was that. I've seen them twice. With Glenn Fry and then after. And they were incredible. I'm a huge Eagles fan. And then Rolling Stones were pretty close, but Eagles by far.
I saw the Stones last time they were in town. It was good. I think 3 times. My best friend's a Stones guy, so I just let him take care of all the business and tell me where to show up. Yeah. You have seen 3 parades at least, or a parade for the Rams and a parade for the Cardinals and a parade for the Blues. Yeah. If I forced you to choose, do you have a favorite parade?
Of those 3?
Of the 3 teams, because Cardinals had a couple. So if you had a favorite parade. Yeah.
Oh, I think it was the Blues.
I think so too.
The Blues, I was under the arch right in front of the stage where the mass of people were gathered, and it was so awesome. I can, just seeing how happy everyone was, and Brett Hall up there on stage just going crazy. And just so happy, the happiness for our city, because, we went through so much with the Rams and that whole thing really stunk. So I think definitely the Blues parade
When you go to Drew's, what do you order?
I usually get it's kind of boring, vanilla with with chocolate, with hot fudge and strawberries.
They need a Mandy Murphy special. We had McGraw Millhaven on, and of course, his favorite is the Millhaven, the McGraw.
Yeah, I don't have one.
But the reason you can't have one is you can't have a boring vanilla.
I know that's boring. I need to, come up with some better ingredients.
with something from Kentucky, maybe some bourbon, maybe like a little custard and some bourbon.
Yeah, that would be good. What would also be good, maybe somehow get a little sorghum molasses in there. That would be good. Oh, I can think of all kinds of things.
Two final questions. Last one before the last one. When people come and visit you in St. Louis, where do you take them?
I take them out to dinner. I take them to a great Italian restaurant.
Free
And
plug.
there are so many great Italian restaurants. Cafe Napoli is one of my favorites. Tony is a good friend of ours. There are just so many. Up on the hill, there's so many great restaurants, and that's what I love to do with them. Early on, we went to the zoo and we did all of those kinds of things, but now I'm of the age when I have friends visit or family, they want to go to a good restaurant.
Before we wrap it up, and again, thank you for the time you're doing this actually in between newscasts. Got a lot of charities, and I don't want to forget anyone because you've been so great at leading, giving your name to so many. But let's go ahead and throw out one or two that people should know more about.
Well, one would be Girls in the Know. That's a wonderful organization that supports young girls going through puberty and empowering young girls and giving them the tools to be safe and learn what they're going to face and protect them from internet dangers and all kinds of things like that, empowering young girls. And another one is Share Pregnancy and Infant Loss Support. I got involved with them. I had some losses. Probably it's now been about 23 years ago. And I got involved with Share and became a board member and eventually president of their board. And they really are an amazing support organization for people who've lost a baby to miscarriage or shortly after birth. And they lift these families up and help them get through a really difficult time that a lot of people don't know how to deal with. So I've been happy to support them. I'm involved with National Charity League. I'm on their board, and they help so many different organizations, food outreach, St. Louis Food Bank. We have about 20. So I get to, my daughter and I, my youngest daughter and I are members of that. And I'm happy to say that last year, she volunteered over 100 hours at different charitable organizations. And I was there with her doing it with mother and daughter. And it's really had a big impact on us, knowing that it's our responsibility to give back and to help other people. That's what we're here for.
Well, you were not born in St. Louis, but you've been a contributor, somebody who's made the city better for at least the last 30, of course, last 30 years. When people ask you why you're proud to be a St. Louisan, as we wrap this up, Mandy, what do you tell them?
I'm proud to be a St. Louisan because of the people who make up this city. We have so many good people, and whenever there is a need or you see someone who has fallen on hard times, or whether it be the flood, whether it be any kind of disaster, St. Louisans step up. They sandbag, they do whatever is needed. They give money, they give donations when a police officer is killed, and backstoppers. And it's just so much generosity here. I I'm proud to be a St. Louisan because I love the people here, and we're a great community. And I don't think that we get the reputation that we deserve. I really don't.
Really enjoyed it. Stay good, stay healthy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been a great interview.